and this is Kat. And today we're talking about whatever it is that's on your mind. So if you don't want to talk about that, we'll talk about budgeting for the year. But if you want to talk about something you want to talk about, I'm totally open to it. So I know we've only been live for 17 seconds. It takes a while for the announcement to go out and everybody to know we're on. So we'll just wait. In the meantime, it's a beautiful day. And on Thursday, which is tomorrow, we will be traveling again in our RV. We've been resting for the winter, being with our family. And now we're going to go to a warmer place and rest there for a little while because it's still winter and all the places we want to go are a little bit too cold to go to. So we're going to stay in Florida, but it's a little further west. Hi, Candace. Good morning. She said, good morning, Kat and Mr. B. Nice to have you. There's 5 ladies on here already. Loopy Lass, hi from the UK. Hey, Loopy, what's your real name? Anybody else? Just so you know, as people are getting on, we're going to be talking about budgeting today, personal budgeting. If you are not wanting to talk about that and you have something else that's pressing, we will certainly talk about that. Thank you, Roxanne. She says, I look nice. She gets a root canal tomorrow. Wish me luck. You are being prayed for. You'll be doing fine. Let me put you on my list right now. My prayer list. Okay, who else is out there? Did I miss anybody? Make sure I'm in live chat, not top chat. There we go. Live chat. There it is. Okay. Get my marker. So who did I miss? Lisa IAO. Good morning, Lisa. Micah People. Good morning, Micah. Camille Ward. Good morning, Camille. I haven't been here in a long time, but your hair looks great. Thanks. I cut about 8 inches off. But while we're traveling for the next 9 months, it will be growing back. I'll probably have about this long soon. Well, not soon, by the end of the year. All right, let me put that prayer request on for Roxanne, who's having some oral work done. Right here. Roxanne. Okay, darling, you're on my prayer list. All right. So today we're talking about budgets. Budgets. That's how we spend our money. And I'm going to start off this conversation. Make sure I didn't miss a comment. How do you stick to your budget with grocery shopping? We'll talk about that, Roxanne. Kat and Mr. B. Mr. B says, happy Wednesday, everyone. Lisa says, it's growing so fast already. Lisa? I don't know what you mean. Did I miss something? Good morning, everyone. Hi, Lynn. Donna Hayes. Good morning, Donna. Hello from Highland, Utah. We will be going to Utah this summer. We're so excited. All right. A budget. First of all, let's talk about how you spend your money. And I'm going to set a timer. We're only going to talk about 20 minutes today. So I started a little bit late. Set my timer. When it goes off, tell me to get off. Because I have to go live on Patreon after this, and then I have a client. So when you, and this is, I use this picture. I like pictures. Word pictures to me make me be able to remember things. It makes me be able to relate to things. And I feel like most of you are a lot like me. So we're going to talk about that. When you are out of control in anything you do, it's like having 6 white horses in front of you, lined up in doubles, in pairs, big haunches, big butts, big, strong, beautiful horses, white horses, long, beautiful, silky tails, long manes, big, broad shoulders, gorgeous, right? And they're all bridled up, and you're standing on the ground, and you're holding the reins. And when you say, I'm going to spend some money out of my account without having a budget, it's like saying, yeah. And there you go. The horses take off. Broom, 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 broom. And where are you? You're flopping on the ground after them. Bang your head, your chest, your shoulders, your elbows. They're out of control, and you can't let go. And you're just being banged onto roots and rocks and dirt. And it's not comfortable. It's very bad for you. And when it's over, You're exhausted. That's the way it feels when you don't have a budget or when you don't have a plan to take care of your house, when you just let things happen as they may. All right, we've got a few comments and then I'm going to...
Twist your camera just a little bit this way.
Which way?
Like that.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Larry has some...
Well, your camera's right in your two eyeball glasses on the... your glasses.
I see something here.
You have aliens in
That's
your
what
eyes.
happens when you wear glasses, Mr. Beasy.
Push them back on your nose.
Is there anything else, Mr. B?
You come look at it.
Thank you. Okay.
Didn't used to do that.
I answered that. I answered that. Oh, your hair. It is growing already. It is. It grew. I got it cut in before Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving. And so it's been December. It's been 2 months. So in 2 months, my hair usually grows about an inch. So it's grown about an inch. Yep. All right. Let's see. Micah said, I had to adjust our budget a lot this year due to Michael's medical. Do you have any tips on unexpected things like that? Because last year it has hit us rough. I do, and we're going to get there. Word pictures are great, Lisa says. Thank you. I think so too. Morning, I'm late to the party today. Not too late, Katie. We started a little late today. Tony Rose. Hey, Tony from Foggy, California. All right, so I've just described what it's like not to have a budget or have a plan for cleaning your house. When you have a plan, whether it's for your money or your time and energy expenditure in your home, it's when you have a plan, when you have a budget, it's like having those same reins in your hand behind those same, you're not behind those same horses, but those horses are in front of you, but you're standing with one foot on the back of this horse and one foot on the back of this horse. So you're standing there, right? And you say, you got a plan and you're going to execute your plan. Hiya! And the horses take off and you are like Wonder Woman and you're directing the horses and you're turning the horses and you're slowing the horses down and you're speeding the horses up. You're in total control and your hair is flying behind you and you feel so empowered because you are empowered. When you have a plan and you know what's going to happen, no matter how small the amount you're dealing with, whether money or cleaning or whatever it is you're doing, no matter how big the plan or how small the plan, if you have a plan, you're going to feel in control. And that is an empowering feeling which makes you want to do it more. It's addictive. Mary Sellers says, good morning, Kat and Mr. B. Roll Tide, Mary Sellers. 26. Let's see. Christine Evelyn says, good morning, Kat and Mr. B. Today is my 57th birthday, and this is such a nice birthday gift. Love all your advice and motivation. This is a perfect topic for me. Happy birthday to you. Sing, everybody. Happy birthday to you, Mr. B. Happy birthday, dear Christine. Happy birthday to you and many more, Mr. B.
Told you not to talk to me
Mr.
this morning.
B. Oh, he has a little headache. I'm sorry. He did good for having a headache. Okay. So happy birthday, Christine. Now everybody will comment on your head. Don't comment on his head. Don't comment. Okay. Good morning, Kat, Mr. B. Roll Tide. Lynn, our high for this Friday, oh my goodness, will be -11, and the low will be -30. That's the actual air temp, not the wind chill factor. Thanks to your system, our home is ready. Go, Lynn. You're a brave woman. Christine says, oh, you're so sweet. Have a wonderful birthday, darling. Camille said, happy birthday. Mary Sellers, happy birthday. Okay, great. So January 20th is your birthday. That's a wonderful day. So let's talk about being in control of your budget and how you do that. So I actually have a budget book. You don't have to have a budget book. In my last planner, which was the Kimmy planner, the She's in Your Apron planner, I just had a 2-page spread in there where I put everything, including a business that I run that I inherited from my father, that my sisters and I share in the profits. So I don't run it. I own it, and I have a management company that runs it. And it's not a big deal. It sounds like so impressive, but it's a small company. Anyway, what I have there is all of my income. So get a piece of paper, and if you need a budget, and write this down. Write down income and leave a little space there, a couple lines, and write down every bit of income you get that month. So if your husband has a paycheck and maybe you have a little part-time job, or maybe you just have one paycheck and it comes in once a month, then you just have one item. If it comes in twice a month, 2 items. If it comes in 4 times a month, 4 items. If you're retired and you both have retirement income, 2 items. Maybe pensions on top of your Social Security, maybe you have 4 items or 3 items. Maybe you have rental property, that's another item. So put all your income that you're going to use. Now, I wouldn't put my rental property there, I'd put it in a different place, and I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay, so add that all up, even though you don't have it yet. Each thing that you think you're going to, so you have a planned and an actual column. So in the planned column, you put what you're planning on getting. Maybe your husband gets a bonus every January, and so you're thinking you're going to get that bonus. So you put down what you got last year, and you can total that up and say, this is what I think we're going to get. Then when the actual money comes in, write how much you actually got, because you might have gotten a raise. And so that money went up in January. That bonus might not be as much as you thought it was going to be. So you write the actual, and then you hit the total. Then you say, okay, let's look at our savings and our expenses. So first, because you've never set one up before, we have to look at your expenses, whether they're fixed expenses or household expenses. Fixed expenses for us is how much we're going to spend on groceries. That's a fixed amount. How much our, I don't know, our actually lights aren't fixed, but you could have a fixed electric bill if you reached out to your electric company and say, I want a flat fee every month. And a lot of them will do a projection and charge you that much every month. But all your expenses, so write those down. For me, I have under expenses things like SiriusXM and YouTube and OnStar and storage on my phone. I pay $9.99 for that because I use my phone for everything. My personal and clothing, our date night, my New York Times puzzle. It's $1.99 a month. How much I give, my Audible. And then I have annual things that come out. So those will be separate so that you can remember, and you carry that every month over. In May, I have to pay $69.95 for something. In September, I have to pay $131.30 for something. In December, I have to pay $159.99 for something. In July, I have to pay, or something's going to go up. My New York. Still frozen?
Yep. Nope.
I'm back?
Yep.
Yay. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
I had to adjust on Wi-Fi with the campground, and apparently the
Yeah.
campground froze, so I'm sorry. I forgot to change that. There I am. Hi, Lynn. Okay, so where was I? I was talking about, Mike, I should be unfrozen now.
Just tell them to reload the page.
Yeah, you can, well, Larry said to reload the page, whatever that
If you're
means.
still frozen, if you don't have
They
it.
won't be able to hear me say that if it's frozen anyway. So if they can hear me, they won't need to do that. Okay, so we're talking about expenses. So things like gas, groceries, all your things that you spend money on. Put those in a list and how much you pay, what you're planning on paying, and then when it actually comes in, how much it actually is. But what you're going to do is take your planned income and subtract all your planned expenses. Okay? Then if there's money left, then you're going to say, okay, now I need a household emergency fund. I need a Christmas and birthdays gift fund. I need a vacation fund. I'd like to have a medical fund. Somebody asked about medical. I have a medical fund that I put money in. Kate, I don't think they can see that if they're frozen, but maybe you can see each other, and that would be helpful if they can.
Well, if they
Um,
can type they're frozen, then they can see the
yeah, they can
message
see
I sent.
everything. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so then you're going to subtract that, or then you're going to say, okay, how much money do I have left at the end of the month? If this is my projected income, then you're going to say, okay, how much do I have left? And then you're going to separate that into the accounts that you need to set up, savings accounts. So household would be your most important, that's your highest priority. Your next would probably be, if you need it, if you're having medical issues, medical. Your next would be Christmas and birthdays. Your next would be vacation and travel. And you may have other things that are more important than that to you. I have travel fees and I have taxes and insurance. So, because I'm self-employed. So those would be in your savings accounts. Now, I remember when I set up my first budget when I was a young woman, and they talked about putting money in savings, and I said, "What money? I don't even have enough to pay my expenses." And that was because of poor planning and not prioritizing. When you look at your expenses, if you don't have enough money at the end of the month, then you need to prioritize and say, okay, I don't have enough money. I am $10 short or whatever. What can I get rid of? What can I get rid of? I'm going to get rid of SiriusXM. It's $11.33 a month. And while I'm at it, I'm going to get rid of OnStar. Maybe you need OnStar. I don't know, but it's $28 a month. And I'm going to get rid of my personal and clothing. I'm not going to spend as much on my personal spending. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. And our date night, I'm going to cut that in half. We're going to have less expensive date nights. And you're going to find ways, and I'm going to get rid of Audible. I'm going to borrow books on tape from the library, from the Libby app or the whatever the other app is called, Hoopla. I'm going to find ways to save money so that I can save money. Okay? Once you are in a place where you're saving money, you're going to feel like you're on the back of the horses as long as you execute. That means if you say, I'm going to spend $200 a week on groceries, then you only spend $200 a week on groceries or less by being smart, by shopping your freezer, your refrigerator, your pantry, by not overbuying things, even if it's just a few cents. If I get two, I can get the second one for just a few cents more. Yes, but it's going to rot in the refrigerator. Or you don't even know if you like that brand. Or you already have 5 of these on the shelf. Now, I'm not talking about stockpiling, and I know some of you love to do that. I'm talking about creating a budget, a livable budget. Having things, just to switch gears, having things in your pantry to shop from in the future is a good idea. And so if you can find things that are on sale that you know you will use and it fits in your $200, in this example, groceries, then it will save you money in the future, possibly. Okay? But the biggest way I think to save money is to not spend as much. That means don't buy as much. That means make different choices. Processed foods cost more and are not as good for you. Fresh fruits and vegetables cost less. Meats are pricey right now. Shop your meats. You can look at in your store, ask if you have the luxury of time, if you have a day where you can go to the grocery store yourself and shop. Then you want to say to the butcher or to the grocer or the manager, when does your meat come in? When does your fresh meat come in? Then you'll know that they have to make room for that meat. And they will say, sale. This is usually $10 a pound, now it's $5 a pound, or whatever. You can get some really good things. So it doesn't mean the chicken is about to go bad, or the beef, or the pork, or whatever it is. It means that they have to make room for the fresh stuff, the fresher stuff, the newest stuff. And so these things need to be sold, and it'll have a sell-by date. And that's for the store, so they know I have to sell this in order to move this other stuff in that we purchased so that we can sell it. So when you get that, process it. Even if it's brand new and full price, you want to take meats home and process them. That means if you bought a big thing of leg quarters, for example, chicken leg quarters, and you need 2 of them for a meal for your family, 2 leg quarters or 4, whatever, and you've got 16 of them in this big pack, then separate them. If it's 4, separate them into 4 packs of 4. Take the other 3 packs in a Ziploc baggie that's made for the freezer with all the air squeezed out, and before you put the meat in it, you wrote with a permanent marker, a Sharpie, chicken quarters, January 21st, and you put them in the freezer. If you're not going to use that other chicken right away, go ahead and put it in the freezer too, and you'll have 4 meals of chicken in the freezer. And when you're getting it at a deal, because it has a sell by date, you're going to have a really good investment. You can do that with steak, you can do that with roast, you can do that with ham, turkey, chicken, fish. I don't know about fish. I don't know about fish. I can't speak on fish, but I can speak on everything else. So make sure you're buying smart, okay? So if they say we replenish our meats on Wednesdays, you can say, when do your sell by date items go up? When do they first go up? And they'll tell you. Or you can ask the butcher, he'll tell you. And then you can come in on that day earlier and get a better selection, okay? So that's that. Now, somebody asked me about medical, and I will tell you that I put so much a month in my medical account. I have insurance. Mr. B has insurance. We've had surgeries and all kinds of things. It didn't cost us very much at all, and they were very expensive surgeries because of our insurance. However, we still have co-pays and over-the-counter things that we buy. Even things like mouthwash and toothbrushes and Tylenol, those are over-the-counter, and those come out of our medical fund. So I put so much a month in that. Sometimes we deplete it. Sometimes we have, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you almost dropped something. Sometimes we have money left. Sometimes it builds up. Sometimes I have so much in there I can move some to the household savings account. Because even though things are in different accounts doesn't mean that you're not in control and you can't move those things from one account to another. So that's how you do a budget. That's how you feel like you're in control. You spend within your limits. You try to stay under and or right at, and you need to account for the 5th week on those months that have 5 weeks. So that's it for today. That's budget. I know it was a very high level hit, but if you have questions, you can ask me next time we're live. If you're a patron, we can talk about it in our Patreon live too. If you're not a patron, you can go to my Patreon account and sign up to be a patron. For $6.50, you will get 1 video a day, 5 days a week, all year long. And it will tell you exactly what we're doing that day as far as rituals, basic weekly plan, and zone. And I sometimes put other things in there. I go live on that channel once a week now, so if you want to talk to me live in a small, more intimate group, please come over. If you need to be mentored, you can also be mentored through my Patreon channel. I have $50 and $100 slots. $50 is for those of you who don't need a lot, but you need a little, and that's twice a month. Every other week, you'll basically be having an appointment with me. And if you need more, which most of you do, especially in the beginning, it's 4 times a month. It's every week. You will talk to me every week, unless it's a holiday or a vacation week. So typically for a whole year, because of holidays and vacation, I would meet with you 42 times. And if you are every 2 weeks, I will meet with you 22 times. I think that's right. 21, 22 times. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you always remember to be beautiful because you are beautiful. Bye.